Hello friends, welcome back to Novita Creations. Today I am telling a story called The Conceited Woman. Once upon a time, Magadha was ruled by Veeravarma, making Pataliputra as capital. He punished the guilty severely. People were happy under his rule. In his kingdom, Rajaya and Lakshmikantam were living. They were poor couple. They had only a cow. Lakshmikantam gave birth to a girl and the boy next year. Rajaya was in thinking of bringing up his children. Just then Veeravarma was blessed by a son. He donated cows, lands and money to the poor Brahmins. Rajaya got 6 acres of land. He was happy. He thought that he got his luck and fortune because of his son. He named him Shobhanadri, his grandfather's name, but used to call him Subbaya. He made his son learn Vedas, Upanishads, etc. When the girl became young, Rajaya celebrated her marriage to the nearest relation. Subbaya was greedy. He pretended to be good. Sitama and Ramachandraya were rich. They got 50 acres of land. They got 2 daughters, Vijaya and Suguna. Vijaya seemed to be innocent, but she was selfish and conceited. She did whatever she thought. In her childhood, while her mother was offering pongali to God, Vijaya asked her mother to give cashew nuts, kismis to her. Sitama accepted to give, but after offering to God. But Vijaya threw out the vessel. She wept. She spoiled the articles on all sides. She put fire to the clothes. She beat Suguna for stopping her. She ever prepared to beat her mother. Then Ramachandraya came and took Vijaya into his lap and controlled her. From that day they didn't do anything against her. Vijaya was not handicapped. She was not pretty, but pretended to be good. She was jealous and greedy. Subbaya was also the same one. He pretended to be honest, spoke morals, and used to say that everyone was misunderstanding him. Rajaya and Kantam heard about Vijaya. Sitama and Ramachandraya came to them to give their daughter to Subbaya. Rajaya didn't like them. They wanted to make as their daughter-in-law a virtuous girl, though poor, but Subbaya wanted to marry Vijaya. Marriages are made in heaven. Their marriage was performed. On the first night, Subbaya said, "My parents informed me you are vain and conceited." Vijaya controlled herself. Later one day, Subbaya went on a work to another town for a week. Vijaya felt that it was the right time. She kept money and jewels in the bag of Rajaya. The next day, she cried for the money and jewels. She shouted that it was difficult to find the thief moving in the house. She pretended to be searching for them the whole house. At last, the wealth was found in the bag of Rajaya. She shouted loudly, "You are cheaters. You theft my wealth to give your daughter. Why don't you ask me? You have no honesty." Kantam said to her, You got your money. We will be here in the veranda." Kantam said to her, "You got your money. We will be here in the veranda. We don't enter your house." Vijaya annoyed more and sent them out, saying that you accepted the crime. Don't stay here. If you stay some more time, I leave this house. They left silently. The next day they were found dead to the villagers. They all rebuked Vijaya. Subbaya, after his return, couldn't do anything. He couldn't stay in the village, so he left the village and reached his father-in-law's house with his wife. Some days passed. Ramachandraya celebrated his second daughter Suguna. Suguna's marriage. The new couple were happy. Vijaya became jealous. Day by day, she developed her feelings and prompted her husband to send them out. Subbaya stepped forward and killed his co-son-in-law through his men. He even killed Vijaya's parents through food poisoning. Thus, Vijaya indirectly responsible for all these ruins for the sake of property. They suffered Suguna in many ways. They were enjoying the property. They performed the girl's marriage and sent her to her mother-in-law's house. Meanwhile, he got cancer. Insects came out of it. The odor from his body became unbearable. In this situation, Vijaya was attacked by paralysis. Their daughter and son-in-law couldn't come even to see once. They depended upon Suguna. Subbaya reconciled. He said to Suguna, I killed your husband. I did many crimes and sins for your property. God gave me suitable punishment. He wept before all. One day he died. Though Suguna attended at her sister's service, Vijaya couldn't recover. She began to weep every minute. Nobody listened to her. Soon she died. Later, Subbaya's daughter, along with her husband, to dispose her property inherited from her father. But nobody came forward to purchase. They didn't speak a word to them. They closed their doors at their faces. So, moral of this story is, we have to give good name and respect to our children besides the wealth.
Please subscribe Novita Creations. I hope you like this story. Please like, comment, share my videos. Thank you. I will see you soon with a new story. Bye.